I will drown in pain. Dude, I feel like today ushered in a new era of ridiculousness. Holy shit, bro. Today, crazy.
Freedom.
Always win. If you arrest yourself again, I'll help you clean up the mess. Misdirection, you know I'm through with you. Let's go.
Lost in my reflection.
Pay attention, you never will.
Never will.
I will overanalyze and fall victim. My venom lowers. How we doing? If Sandwich got a job, dude, Sandwich Guy's a hero. You never will, 'cause you depend. So you always win. Let's go. Wonder if you ever did, yeah. I wonder if you ever did like I did.
I wonder if you ever did.
Yeah, I wonder if you ever never did like I did. Let's go. Do 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 do. I just wanna be free. Yeah. Let's go. Na 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 na, wanna be free. Dude, Lauren, thank you for the membership. Let's go. Let's go. Na, 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 na. Whoa! Dude, what in the actual fuck with today, guys? You thought you had COVID? Yeah, my massage therapist got COVID, so my fucking massage appointment got canceled. But dude, can I just say that today is one of the craziest fucking days that I've ever seen. And let me just tell you why. Because it's not so much, whatever, Trump meets Putin, whatever, he has his Putin, and you know Trump, and having this meeting without Zelensky is just weird to begin with, right? But after this meeting, guys, he has a meeting, no press questions, which is crazy and weird. Hold on. So no press questions is crazy and fucking weird. But the weirdest thing, guys, was how Putin said some shit that was like Donald Trump fucking propaganda, where he's like, yes, if Trump had been president, the war wouldn't have happened. And then Trump goes and does an interview where he says, Putin says, mail-in ballots are bad and the election was rigged. Dude, let's go, Natty. Right? And what's more, though, is all the right-wing influencers were then tweeting Putin, okay? They were tweeting Putin and saying, like, Putin said the election was stolen. Putin said mail-in ballots are, right? So you have all these people like now using a murderous dictator, okay? A guy who rigs every election and throws his political opponents out of windows. And the right-wingers are like, yeah, this guy is like telling the truth about the Democrats. Like, dude, what happened? The Republican Party is now like anybody who says they're the good guys, they're like, okay, yeah, see? Dude, Adolf Hitler could return and be like, you guys are actually the correct party. And they'd be like, see what Hitler says? Hitler says the Democrats are bad, right? Dude, it's fucking crazy, bro. Like, dude, yeah, there's something. I mean, after today, all I could think of is the P tape is real, right? Here's what I thought, guys. I thought this. To me, it was this one tweet. It was the tweet by 𝗏𝗏touch, right? Did you see this one? This one right here. Oh, wait, no, not that one. That's me tagging them about the chapter. It was this tweet right here. Trump left that meeting looking like Putin just showed him photos of him from the Epstein files. Dude. That is like the tweet that summed up the entire experience, isn't it? Isn't that it? Like, that's what it was. Trump left that meeting looking like Putin showed him photos of himself from the Epstein files. Like, Putin had the pictures that Michael Wolff has been talking about. Dude, it's insanity. But I think, right? I think it was 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗃 that cracked me up the most, right? You know him, right? White boy summer guy. Look at this, dude. So 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗃, the white boy summer guy. Now, he was a piss boy in the army, but see, he sort of like sells himself as army intelligence, right? He says veteran Navy intel officer, but really he just like handled the piss for the mandatory piss test, right? But he promotes himself as an intel, part of the intelligence community. And look at his tweet, right? His tweet was right here. Look at this tweet. His tweet is this one. Putin just stated publicly that it was Biden's escalation in Ukraine that led to war breaking out, confirmed it wouldn't have happened if Trump was in office, right? This is an intelligence guy saying this. Like, oh yeah, Putin, what Putin says is the truth, right? Always, right? Always, right? The guy who invaded, sure, that was it. Dude, isn't it crazy? It is wild, dude. It is fucking wild. And then you had other people too, right? Like Charlie Kirk. Yeah, dude. I mean, we know that Putin's a fucking liar. Dude, he's a liar and he's a degenerate fucking scumbag. But Charlie Kirk's was funny too. I think it was Charlie Kirk's. Oh, he parroted that shit. Putin confirms if Trump were president, there would never be war, right? You know what I'm saying? If Trump were president, there would be no war. Putin confirms this. Okay. And then the other one is, I think it was, who was it? It's one of these fucking losers that went off about the voting. Right? Dude. See here. Where was it? Dude, somebody was talking about the voting. Can't wait to see the movie. What movie? Dude, these guys. It's hard to find who, right? Because they're all so fucking scummy. But I guess it was just people was it Gunther? Dude, somebody was talking about it. Dude, they're all anti-mail-in voting. See, dude, the mail-in voting is like the greatest thing ever. Not having to go, dude, mail-in voting is the best. Okay? And Trump uses mail-in voting because the thing is nobody wants to go and stand in line and have some dumb fucking redneck staring at you the whole time, giving you the fucking side eye while you're standing in line for 4 hours. Like, bullshit, bro. I like to vote from the comfort of my own home. But yeah, dude, this was some crazy shit, dude. Today, just the craziest shit. Creates a physical document. It does indeed. Saves time. Dude, yeah, early voting, mail-in voting. I mean, they want to get rid of that, though, because what they want to do is they want to force to the polls so they can make it more difficult for us to vote or make it uncomfortable for us to vote. Fucking clown show. Dude. Oh, shit. Dude. Yeah, they can't bomb threat you when you have mail-in. So, obviously, the clip of the day, though, was the Fox News clip. Did you see this one? Dude, right here? Oh, my God. I honestly don't know if this woman's going to have a job after this. Okay? But you ready? Here we go. Watch this clip. This is the statement of the day. Okay? This is at post-meeting, senior White House correspondent from Fox News, okay, Fox News, covering what it was like to be in the room. Because they do, Alchemist is right. They want poll station intimidation, especially in like purple areas. It allows them to like dispatch like Proud Boys or other dickheads to go to the polls and fucking bully people, intimidate them, scare them. It makes it much harder for marginalized people to vote or people of color to vote in areas that are predominantly white. There's just a lot of, right? They want to force you into the room so they can try to prevent you from voting. It's God's honest truth. And fuck them, okay? Fuck them. But watch this clip, dude. Dude, this clip is crazy. Okay, because again, Vladimir Putin, Donald Trump, no press questions. When Zelensky was here, we had press questions. Why the fuck is Vladimir Putin, the guy who invaded, why does he get no questions? Compromat, bro. Compromat. But watch this. This woman was like in the room. You ready? Fox News, by the way, guys.
Happened back there. It was just very unusual, atypical, and I think we're all awaiting, the readout, because the way that it felt in the room was not good. It did not seem like things went well, and it seemed like Putin came in and steamrolled, got right into what he wanted to say, and got his photo next to the president and then left. Of course, that is only the piece of the picture that we have right now, and certainly President Trump, who is the host and who is the president, would not want to, I think, enable something that would make him look weak. But we are eagerly awaiting to hear the background on that. And I will also note that we didn't see any sort of scowls on the faces of the likes of Steve Witkoff or Secretary Rubio or any of the other members of the U.S. delegation. And I think had it been concerning, we might have seen something there. But just to paint a picture for you of in the room, how it felt, what we're wondering about, what we need to know to put the pieces together and fully understand what we all just witnessed.
Yeah. Dude, isn't that crazy? Like, let's reflect on that. JCN, thank you, boss. I will definitely check that out at some point. Right? The Russian fucking whatchamacallit. I do those types of things. I tend to watch them first so I can get a gauge of the credibility before I bring them on the stream, right? I do that with shit that is, I guess, sensitive, that toes the line on could be a conspiracy theory. But thank you for that, though, PoliticalX. I will check that out. If you want to put the link to it in the Discord, Discord's in the description. You can do that, too, so we can all go take a look. Yeah, please put the link in Discord so we have more than a physical record of it. Right? Now, what I was going to say about this, couple of high points that she hit. And again, thank you. Okay? And thank you to somebody just fucking dropped a membership. Oh, yeah, that was Lauren and Natty with those early memberships. Thank you, guys. So, what I want to say about this is she said steamrolled, okay? And the way she said, I'm looking forward to seeing what the take on this, because in the room, it just was not good, right? In the room, the people in the room were like, fuck, bro, this wasn't good. Like, Putin came in, Putin got his shit, Putin's gone, right? No questions. Trump didn't take command of this thing. He had no command. Trump, I mean, if you look at Trump looked fucking, I don't know, dude. He looked out of his league. He did. He looked tired and I mean, even with the Midas, even this shit, dude. Look at this. Look at this, dude. I mean, he couldn't even walk straight. You know what I'm saying? Just on the tarmac. He's just like schlumpy. Schlumpy is the best way I can describe it. You know what I'm saying? Schlumpy. Hold on 1 sec. Let me do something here. I'm But yeah, dude, yeah, he felt really schlumpy and really like, yeah, Trumpy, right? Not tough, not forceful. Did you guys watch the whole speech? I have not watched any of the speech yet. How long is Trump's speech? Should we look at it? Should we watch the whole thing? Or I mean, I heard it was really short. I saw somebody say in chat too. But it was like fucking super short. $12 minutes? No way, dude. No way, bro. 12 minutes. How? That is like, dude, I've never seen Donald Trump speak for that little. 12 minutes is crazy, guys. That is so... There's no way, dude. There's no way. What a defeat, right? I mean, dude, 12 minutes. I hate to say it, but for Trump, dude, that's a cuck fest. That is a cuck fest that had to change his diaper. Dude, I've started calling him catheter clogged Don. Dude, CCD, baby. Catheter clogged on. Let's watch the whole thing. Fuck it. It's only 12 minutes. We're going to watch the whole fucking kit and caboodle, as my mom used to say. All right, we're going to get this shit queued up. Queued up all the way at the beginning. We're going to fucking get my window placed. All right, you guys ready? That was after Putin spoke in Russian first. Yeah. So, I mean, guys, Putin has dirt on Trump. And you're going to see later, guys. Dude, Elf, let's fucking go, baby. No way, bro. Dude, you're going to see later, guys. Dude, let's go, baby. Thank you, Elf. Thank you. Dude, fucking. So let me just say, okay, can I just say, with Putin has dirt on Trump, without a doubt. He is bought and sold. He is like a Russian asset at this point, which is crazy. Okay, now, okay, yeah, Putin speaking first was pretty wild too, dude. Yeah, that's crazy. But you ready? Here's the other thing, guys. The other thing about this was what happened with Laura Loomer today. I don't know if you guys saw that. We're going to watch this, but Laura Loomer was getting deposed today, and she dropped some shit too about Lindsey Graham. Like, dude, today was a day of fucking, of like people being out of pocket. Okay, dude, Ted Kendrick, let's go, baby. Yes, I saw that too, guys. I tweeted about that, about the whole Putin said nice things about him, which is wild because Trump rated this on how nice Putin was to him. Like, ooh, Putin likes me. Yeah, dude, we're gonna look at the Laura Loomer shit. Okay, this is crazy. But you ready? Let's watch this. 12 minutes of fucking nonsense. Let's see what we got.
Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, our negotiations have been held in a constructive atmosphere of mutual respect.
Dude, it's 12 minutes together, guys.
We have very thorough negotiations that were quite useful. I would like to thank once again my American counterpart for the proposal to travel out here to Alaska. It only makes sense that we've met here, because our countries, though separated by the oceans, are close neighbors. So when we've met, when I came out of the plane and I've said, "Good afternoon, dear neighbor. Very good to see you. In good health and to see you alive."
Dude, can I just pause here to say that, like, Donald Trump has gone to meetings with all of our allies in Canada, in Europe, just telling them off, being rude and disrespectful and like threatening invasion and all this. This guy cheats in elections, throws people out windows, kills his opponents, murderous dictator, fucking criminal, invaded a country for no reason. And Trump fucking licks his asshole clean, dude, in a profound way, dude. It is unbelievable. Trump is such a beta. Trump is the biggest fucking beta leader I have ever seen. There's no bigger fucking soft, limp dick piece of shit, loser, cuckfest leader than Donald Trump. Yeah, good to see you alive. Yeah, oh yeah. Dude, he's like, Trumpy, if you don't do what I say, you'll be dead before I get on the plane, right? He is subservient. He is absolutely like, he is Putin's fucking like lapdog is what he is. Elf, let's go, baby. Dude, keeping it rolling. Let's go. Dude, fucking lapdog, bro.
I think that is very neighborly.
Neighborly.
And I think that's some kind words that we can say to each other. We're separated by the Strait of Bering, though there are 2 islands only between the Russian island and the U.S. island. They're only 4 kilometers apart.
Trump
We're
is
close
jerking
neighbors, and
off
it's a
over there,
fact.
dude.
It's also important that Alaska has to do with our common heritage, common history between Russia and the U.S., and many positive events have to do with that territory. Still, there is tremendous cultural heritage back from the Russian America. For example, Orthodox churches and a lot of more than 700 geographical names of Russian origin. During the Second World War, it was here in Alaska that was the origin of the legendary air bridge for the supply of military aircraft and other equipment under the Lend-Lease program. It was a dangerous and treacherous route over the vast emptiness of ice. However, the pilots of both countries did everything to bring closer the victory. They risked their lives and they gave it all for the common victory. I was just in the city of Magadan in Russia, and there is a memorial there dedicated to...
Dude, the shadows are funny. It looks like Putin is fucking going to town on him. Trump is like leaned in and you see Putin's hand going up and down. Oh shit, in the shadows. Watch this.
The Russian and the U.S. pilots. And there are 2 flags, the U.S. flag and the Russian flag. And I know that here as well, there is such a memorial. There is a military burial place several kilometers away from here. The Soviet pilots that buried there who died during that dangerous mission. We're thankful to the citizens and the government of the U.S. for carefully taking care of their memory. I think that's very worthy and noble. We'll always remember other historical examples when our countries defeated common enemies together in the spirit of battle camaraderie and allyship that supported each other and facilitated each other. I'm sure that this heritage will help us rebuild and foster mutually beneficial and equal ties at this new stage, even during the hardest conditions. It is known that there have been no summits between Russia and the U.S. for 4 years. And
dude, all I can say is that I know here, I think here's where he's getting into the whole Biden fucking thing, right? So one of the things I want to say about this is the fact that there were no questions, right? The fact that there were no questions is fucking insane, bro. You know what I mean? There's no way you have a summit of this importance with this guy who invaded a country and you don't let your press question him and hold him accountable. Like, that is the craziest, like, yeah, no, you really, at that point, you wonder, who is leading the country, dude? Because it ain't this fucking beta. You know what I mean? They're like, no fucking way, bro.
That's a long time. This time was very hard for bilateral relations, and let's be frank, they've fallen to the lowest point since the Cold War. I think that's not benefiting our countries and the world as a whole. It is apparent that sooner or later we had to amend the situation to move on from the confrontation to dialogue. And in this case, a personal meeting between the heads of state has been long overdue. Naturally, under the condition of serious and painstaking work, and this work has been done in general. Me and President Trump have very good direct contact. We've spoken multiple times. We spoke frankly on the phone. And special envoy of the president, Mr. Witkoff, traveled out to Russia several times. Our advisors and heads of foreign ministries kept in touch all the time, and you know fully well that one of the central issues was the situation around Ukraine. We see the strive of the administration and President Trump personally to help facilitate the resolution of the Ukrainian conflict, and his strive to get to the crux of the matter, to understand its history, is precious. As I've said, the situation in Ukraine has to do with fundamental threats to our security. Moreover, we've always considered the Ukrainian nation, and I've said it multiple times, a brotherly nation. However strange it may sound in these conditions, we have the same roots, and everything that's happening is a tragedy for us, a terrible wound. Therefore, the country is sincerely interested in putting an end to it. At the same time, we're convinced that in order to make the settlement lasting and long-term, we need to eliminate all the primary roots, the primary causes of that conflict, and we've said it multiple times, to consider all legitimate concerns of Russia and to reinstate a just balance of security in Europe and in the world on the whole. And I agree with President Trump, as he has said today, that naturally the security of Ukraine should be ensured as well. Naturally, we are prepared to work on that.
Prepared to work on that.
To hope that the agreement that we've reached together will help us.
Dude, prepared to work on that. Like, come on, man. Closed captions? Yeah, I can put those on. Dude, it's hard to follow, bro.
Bring closer that goal and will pave the path towards peace in Ukraine.
Dude, they're fucking... They're in Russian, bro. What do you click for settings? Oh, all right. Oh, there we go. I guess we auto-translate. Dude, the fuck, bro? There we go. Let's get the size of these puppies a little bigger. There we go. There we go.
We expect that Kiev and European capitals will perceive that constructively, and that they won't throw a wrench in the works. They will not make any attempts to use some backroom dealings or to conduct provocations to torpedo the nascent progress. Incidentally, when the new administration came to power, bilateral trade started to grow. It's still very symbolic. Still, we have a growth of 20%. As I said, we have a lot of dimensions for joint work. It is clear that the US and Russian investment and business cooperation has tremendous potential. Russia and the US can offer each other so much in trade, digital, high-tech, and
such a fucking boring speech, dude. Dude, this speech is so like blah, dude.
We see that Arctic cooperation is also very possible. and our international context, for example, between the Far East of Russia and the West Coast of the U.S. Overall, it's very important for our countries to turn the page, to go back to cooperation. It is symbolic that not far away from here, the border between Russia and the U.S., there is a so-called international date line. I think you can step over, literally, from yesterday into tomorrow. And I hope that will succeed in that, in political sphere. I would like to thank President Trump for our joint work, for the well-wishing and trustworthy tone of our conversation. It's important that both sides are result-oriented, and we see that the President of the U.S. has a very clear idea of what he would like to achieve. He sincerely cares about the prosperity of his nation.
He sincerely cares about the prosperity of his nation, dude. It's so phony.
Still understands that Russia has its own national interests. I expect that today's agreements will be the starting point, not only for the solution of the Ukrainian issue, but also will help us bring back business-like and pragmatic relations between Russia and the U.S. And in the end, I would like to add one more thing. I'd like to remind you that in during the last contact with the previous administration, I tried to convince my previous American colleague that the situation should not be
после наступления, которые могут наступить тяжелые последствия в виде боевых действий.
И прямо сказал тогда, что это большая ошибка. И
вот сегодня мы слышим, когда президент Трамп говорит, что если бы я был президентом, то войны бы не было. Я думаю, что так бы на самом деле и случилось. Я подтверждаю.
Dude, there's a little bit about Biden saying, oh, if Trump had been president in 2022, but that's such bullshit. What did Biden do? Dude, wait, let's go, baby. What did Biden do that made him invade a country? Like, dude, Cedric, let's go, baby. There's no way, guys. There is no reason. What did Biden do? Biden wasn't like, we didn't have any military thing going on with Russia. Ukraine didn't attack him. Right? He went and talked to Biden, and then after the talk with Biden, he had to invade fucking, right? Yeah, dude, Crimea came long before that, right? But then he said he had to, he talked to Biden, and then, oh, now I got to go and invade Ukraine. That is total bullshit. Total fucking clownery, guys.
I can confirm that. I think that overall, me and President Trump have built a very good business-like and trustworthy contact. And I have every reason to believe that moving down this path, we can come, and the sooner the better, to the end of the conflict in Ukraine. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. President. That was...
Dude, he called him Mr. President. Let's go, Spurs. Appreciate you. Let me try that again. Dude, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Daddy. All right. So first off, the Putin speech was fucking boring as shit. Whatever. Dude, I mean, frankly, I don't really want to hear a speech from Vladimir Putin. What I wanted was a line of questioning from the press about, like, why did you invade Ukraine? And why are you still attacking Ukraine? Why are you refusing to stand down and stop invading this other country? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, absolutely, like, the questions needed to happen. But that little thing about Biden, there's a couple points over the course of this where Vladimir Putin is now like a character reference for Donald Trump's presidential ability, which is laughable, bro. You know what I'm saying? It is laughable. All right, here we go. Let's see what fucking catheter clog Don has to say here. All right.
The sooner the better, to the end of the conflict in Ukraine. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. President. That was very profound, and I will say that I believe we had a very productive meeting. There were many, many points that we agreed on, most of them, I would say, a couple of big ones that we haven't quite gotten there, but we've made some headway. So there's no deal until there's a deal. I will call up NATO in a little while. I will call up the various people that I think are appropriate. And I'll, of course, call up President Zelensky and tell him about today's meeting. It's all.
Dude, see, here's what's crazy about this. Trump meets with Putin, and now he's going to call NATO. He's going to call Zelensky. It's like Trump is negotiating for Putin, right? I mean, it should be Trump and NATO and Zelensky fucking forcing Vladimir Putin to fucking obey the objectives. But instead, it's like Trump is like Putin's rep to Zelensky and Europe. And that's wild, bro. That, like, I have never seen that in my 55 years of being on this planet. And dude, there were some presidents I didn't like. I didn't like either George Bush. I certainly didn't like Ronald Reagan, but none of them were like the fucking bitch negotiators for, you know, people that were invading other countries. You know what I'm saying? You were never going to see fucking George Bush go to Europe on behalf of fucking the Russian president and negotiate to get part of Ukraine for Russia. Like, this is insane what's going on. That Trump is like, he's not on the side of his allies. He is not on the side of his allies. He is absolutely like this meeting should be Putin having to answer for his crimes and his behavior. And Donald Trump is like, you know what? I'm gonna go get Europe and Zelensky in line. It is nuts. It's nuts, dude. Putin has something big on him, dude. I don't know if it's the P tape or the Epstein files. Like, Putin has some goods, dude, without a doubt.
It's ultimately up to them. They're gonna have to agree with what Marco and Steve and some of the great people from the Trump administration who've come here.
Dude,
Scott
he looks so tired.
John Ratcliffe, thank you very much. But we have some of our really great leaders. They've been doing a phenomenal job.
Some of our really great leaders have been doing a phenomenal job. I'm a little tired because I just had to, like, rub Vladimir Putin's fucking prostate for 45 minutes straight. My forearms are all fucking jammed up right now. Oh, my catheter's been clogged since noon. Dude, what the fuck, bro? Dude, he's like, I have the taste of Vladimir Putin. I think Vladimir Putin had beets for lunch because I have the taste of beet. Beets all over. I think he had fucking borscht for lunch because I feel like I have the taste of borscht on my tongue from licking out his fucking butthole for the last 2 hours. Oh my God, dude. Oh shit. Isn't that crazy? That shit is nuts.
We also have some tremendous Russian business representatives here. And I think, you know, everybody wants to deal with us. We've become the hottest country anywhere in the world in a very short period of time. And
dude, what he said right there, some Russian business people that really want to deal with us. Like, Russia's the only group of business people that really want to deal with the U.S. And the reason being is because they want Trump to, like, allow them to launder their money and shit here like they used to, right? He's going to help the oligarchs, which everybody is like shut down. Trump is going to help them fucking get ahead, bro. It's like so crazy.
We look forward to that. We look forward to dealing. We're going to try and get this over with. We really made some great progress today. I've always had a fantastic relationship with President Putin, with Vladimir. We had many
a fantastic relationship with Vladimir. He does. He looks so beat. Dude, a fantastic relationship with Vladimir. Oh, yeah. Oh, dude. It's just, see, the thing about this, I guess, is I would probably not slam him so hard if he wasn't an absolute prick to every one of our allies. Like, they went to Europe and told Europe off. They went to Europe and said, you guys aren't engaged. You guys don't allow free speech. Meanwhile, They're threatening Hunter Biden with $1 billion fucking lawsuit. Fuck you, Melania. That shit's never gonna happen, dude. I'm gonna accuse Melania of being Epstein's buddy every fucking day till the end of this term, dude. I'm gonna follow her around for the next 20 years with Epstein. Epstein, I'm gonna put on an Epstein mask. Be like, Melania! Ah! Dude, right? They fucking, he's been such a bitch to all of our things. Did I hear what Hunter said? Yes, I made a video about it today. It's up on the channel. Everybody fucking, he has been a bitch. Cedric, let's go, baby. He has been a bitch, dude, to everyone. All of our fucking allies. Dude, in Europe, he told the whole fucking everybody there off, right? He told off France, told off Germany, told off fucking UK, tells off Canada, says shit about Mexico, right? He's like pulled the game of we're going to invade Panama, we're going to invade Canada, 51st state. And then here he's like, oh man, Putin's always been so good to me. I love Vladdy so much. Oh, dude, just you're so good to me. Oh, let me rub your prostate again. Dude, fuck, bro.
Tough meetings, good meetings. We were interfered with by the Russia hoax. That made it a little bit tougher to deal with, but he understood it.
Oh, my God, dude. First off, Janae, I see a Harrington in the chat. That's my last name. Let's go. Viva La Harrington. Fucking, we got a fellow Harrington in the house. Do you see this shit? Dude, you see this shit? What he just said? He's something, oh, Russia, but Putin understood it, right? Hey, oh, Vladdy understood that, oh, Russia didn't help me. Dude, Elf, let's go, baby. Dude, we are on fire tonight, guys. Let's fucking go. Dude, you see it? You see it? Let's go. I see it. I see it. You see it? Harrington's in the house. Dude, what the fuck was that shit? He's like, oh, we got set back with Russia, but Vladimir Putin understood. Dude, this guy is so crooked. Like, so crooked. Dude, what the fuck, bro?
Today, I've always had a fantastic relationship with President Putin, with Vladimir. We had many tough meetings, good meetings. We were interfered with by the Russia hoax. That made it a little bit tougher to deal with, but he understood it.
Dude, he's not even looking at him.
He's probably seen things like that
Dude,
in the course of his...
He's not even paying attention, dude. I think Vladimir is watching like the P tape on his phone right now, dude. He's like showing his phone. He's watching the fucking P tape and he's like, yo, Trumpy. Dude, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Like Trump is such a fucking beta, dude.
Career, he's seen it all. But we had to put up with the Russia hoax. He knew it was a hoax, and I knew it was a hoax. But what was done was very criminal. But it made it harder for us to deal as a country in terms of the business and all of the things that we'd like to have dealt with. But
dude, Russia is helped him so much that Russia was not a hoax. Their connections to Russia, they didn't get a smoking gun. They weren't able to bring him down. But this guy, Trump, has been like money laundering for Russian oligarchs for 25, 30 years. Okay. The American bank money dried up because Trump is so crooked, and he has been laundering money for at least 20 fucking years, going back to that Epstein property, right? That he like 𝗙𝗍𝗍𝗪, right? That he fucking backdoored Epstein and bought that property for $40 million and then sold it for $95 to the same guy, right? Dude, so crooked, okay? This shit is like, I mean, he is just a patsy, dude.
We'll have a good chance when this is over. So just to put it very quickly, I'm going to start making a few phone calls and tell them what happened. But we had an extremely productive meeting, and many points were agreed to. There are just a very few that are left. Some are not that significant. One is probably the most significant, but we have a very good chance of getting there. We didn't get there, but we have a very good chance of getting there. I would like to thank President Putin and his entire team, who I know in many cases.
I bet he does.
Other than that, whose faces I get to see all the time in the newspapers. You're almost as famous as the boss, but especially this one right over here. But we had some good meetings over the years, right? Good, productive meetings over the years, and we hope to have that in the future. But let's
see, the bullshit about this is this whole thing should be Trump up there with Putin saying, you need to stop this invasion, right? You invading Ukraine, you need to stop. You need to get out of Ukraine. This shit needs to end, okay? It ends now. It ends here is what this needs to be, man. You know? And the fact that it's not is crazy. It's crazy that, like, Trump should be pressuring Putin. That's the whole point of this, right? You have Putin on your turf with your press corps in your house. And the whole point of this is to apply international pressure to Putin to where he can't wriggle out of it. That's the whole point of this. Not to fucking sit here and have him over here and be like, yeah, I was in the back and the only thing that happened is Putin kicked me in the nuts. I said, thank you. And then I licked his asshole. And now I'm going to hope that Europe and fucking Zelensky bail me out. Right? Because I don't want Putin to kick me in the nuts again. Right? That's it. That's the press conference. No questions. Thank you for coming by, Vladimir. Thank you for invading Ukraine, sir. Please, please don't hurt Europe. Not while I'm president. Like, dude, what the fuck, dude? It's a fucking clown show. It is a fucking clown show. This was supposed to be like, you're in my house. I'm applying pressure to you. Okay? You know what I'm saying? To put it in the Big Lebowski terms, this oppression will not stand, man. Right? Dude, he did none of that. And what is his speech, dude? His speech is 4 minutes. Dude, Donald Trump, he doesn't talk for 4 minutes about anything, bro. He will describe his, catheter unclogging for longer than 4 minutes.
To the most productive one right now. We're going to stop really 5, 6, 7,000, thousands of people a week from being killed. And President Putin wants to see that as much as I do.
Yeah,
so,
no, he doesn't. If he
again,
did,
Mr.
he'd
President,
stop the
I'd like
invasion.
to thank you very much. And we'll speak to you very soon and probably see you again very soon. Thank you very much, Vladimir.
Next time in Moscow.
Oh, that's an interesting one. I don't know. I'll get a little heat on that one, but I could see.
Dude, how about next time you guys share a pine box together? How's that
possibly
sound?
happening. Thank you very much, Vladimir. And thank you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And no questions, dude. That was it. Wow, dude, this is crazy. I got to tweet, guys. I have to tweet about this real quick because that's insane. Dude, that is nuts, dude. Nothing. He was like, that's the craziest thing. Like the tone of that. Trump was like, first off, he's low energy. I mean, look at him. Look at his shoulders, dude. He's up there. He's just like, schlumpy. Dude, what's up? Schlumpy Trumpy. Dude, it's fucking schlumpy Trumpy, bro. Look at that body posture, dude. America, we are in critical condition. All right. Dude, you do? All right. Let's go. Yeah, let's see it. We'll do it. I have the other fucking, hold on. I have the other one that we're setting up too. So with the Hannity one, can I just say with the Hannity clip, All right. Let me just get this set up. Oh, dude. Crazy, bro. All right. Do we have the Hannity? They don't have it on YouTube, do they? Fuck, because Fox News sucks. Every time I fucking pause it, it gives me shit. Hold on, let me see if I can download this shit. Hold on, let me see if I can download the video real quick. Yeah, no, I'm gonna see if I can find it. Sometimes I can download it from a Fox link. Oh yeah, baby. When it has a straight video link like that, I can usually download it. Yeah, dude, we watched the Fox coverage. That shit was crazy. There we go. All right, all right. Give me one sec here. I'm gonna put on a little music while I'm doing this. Enjoy a little bit of music. There we go. All right. I've been dreaming of you. Hold on one sec. You love the Elf? Dude, Elf is the shit, boss. All right, I'll get that one set up though too. Dude, it's so crazy. Like the open racism. Dude, the open fucking racism. All right, here we go. Let me check this real quick. Your fifth time on here? Let's go, baby. Welcome. All right, it might take a hot minute for that to fucking download. So we'll go ahead and watch this clip. Yeah, wait, I'm confused here. Oh, I see. That was a fucking... I had a double of those windows open. All right. All right, there we go. Now it's done. Hold on, let me see. Oh, so it downloaded it with no audio. Jesus, dude. All right. All right. It's all right. Dude, that's kind of frustrating, actually. Hold on, I want to try one more thing. There we go. Dude, it's being a bitch, bro. All right. One more. I'm going to try one more. And then we're moving on. We're moving on to the Sarah Gonzalez clip. More likes? Yeah, dude. All right, yeah, no, it's splitting it out. Okay, so I have it split. I mean, I guess I can open Premiere and we can watch it in the Premiere player, right? Oh, you found the first 16 minutes? All right, perfect. Dude, that's good. We'll watch that then. And then if we need to see more, I'll just load it in Premiere. All right, perfect. There it is. Dude, this is 25 minutes, actually. Oh, I see. They add their bit on the end, but they don't talk through it. Nice, nice. Yeah, dude, there's a lot of shit going on, guys, right now that is weird. I mean, obviously here in America, the Palantir shit is fucking weird, right? The TikTok deal is like really what's bizarre, okay? Is the TikTok deal, because JD Vance and whoever is like behind that, like they're trying to get a Trump like Republican fronted company to buy TikTok. Like they're trying to do to TikTok what Elon did to Twitter is really what they're trying to do. But it's like so like behind the scenes that Vance's tech bro nature is like fusing with whatever is fucking going on in like media control land. And this shit is fucking is gnarly, dude. It is, dude. The media control is gnarly. All right, so let's watch Sarah Gonzalez. All right, for those of you who don't know who she is, she's a Blaze TV person. Whatever, she's toxic. And what does she do? I hope she doesn't scream racist shit on here, but whatever. We're gonna see what she does.
Off me! Get off me! Get the
All right, so dude, she got physically removed, and she's like, "Get off me!" But I hate to say it, like security is allowed to put their hands on you and carry you out of the building. But here we go.
Get off me! Get off me! Get the
I used to stay at my granny's house. She was one of my favorite people in the entire world.
Jasmine! The people of Dallas deserve better than a fake ghetto hood rat.
Yikes. Dude, a fake ghetto hood rat. Like, really? Like, openly racist? I mean, you see Jasmine, she's just laughing because, like, what the fuck, bro? Like, so desperate. I mean, I feel like Jasmine Crockett would kick that woman's ass in like 2 seconds, but... Oh, now being rich is a problem. Oh, shit. See, you see when the black woman, if she has some money, like being rich is a problem. But if you're Donnie Trump, not a problem.
No, don't touch me. No, ma'am. Don't touch me. Get your ass out of here.
Oh!
Get off me. Get out. Get off me. I'm not on you. I'm standing still. All right. I'm standing still. Yes, she is. I'm standing still. Do your people know you're a spoiled rich kid from Missouri? Get out! Get out! Get out! Get off me! Get off me! Get off me! Get off me! Get the fuck off!
All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Are you proud?
No, just in case I gotta cuff you up. Let's just go.
For what?
Oh!
I'm telling you what's going on.
Dude, let's go. Yo, let's go. Dude, she just got handled. Like, you know, dude, what's funny about this is this guy's like, is this what the left means by tolerance? Dude, these people are funny. Hold on. We have no tolerance for racist bitches. Fuck nuts. Nor should we. Stick to polishing Trump's knob. Motherfucker, let's go. Dude, fuck these guys. Dude, that was so funny. Bro, did the woman with the accent, it's like, get your ass out of here. That was so funny. She was like crying, that's what they always say. Get your hands off me. You ready? Now watch this, guys. Because we watched this clip either yesterday or the day before, but I'm going to play you my favorite clip. And now notice the same whiny tone. Okay, right? Watch. We're going to watch her thing. Watch this. Watch this.
Get off me! Get off me! Get off me! Get off me! Get the fuck off!
All right.
Get off me is what they always say. Get off me! Get off me! See, what's funny about it is when you get thrown out, you should fucking take it. Like, if you have the stones to get there and purposely get thrown out, don't cry like a bitch when you get thrown out. But now I'm going to play you my favorite clip, though. It's a 𝗙់𝗫𝗏 clip, and we've all heard it, but watch this. Dude, this is 𝗙់𝗫𝗏 and 𝗪𝗍𝗪𝗔. All right? You're going to see the same shit, but from a dude, okay? This is a guy who is harassing 𝗪𝗍𝗪𝗔. All right, watch this. He's harassing a woman reporter. This was in Springfield, Ohio. This was after the whole, like, eating the cats and dogs lie about Haitians when Maggie was there. She's a reporter from Portland. She used to work here at KGW, I think. But watch what happens here.
Real quick. So it seems like a lot of the questions that you were asking, it doesn't seem to like address the issue, the actual issues dude, don't touch me, bro. Don't touch me, bro. No, I'm just asking, like, you know, because there's an increase in crime in the area. It seems like there's a lot more of a problem here. The questions almost seemed like you were trying to turn him into a victim. Do not touch me.
Back up.
Do not touch me.
Dude, back up.
Back up. Do not
back up.
Dude, get the fuck off of me now!
Back up. Back up. It ain't gotta be like that. Back up.
Do not fucking touch me, okay?
Oh, yeah, big tough guy. Pick up your sunglasses there, shit kicker.
You back up, bro. Right now. Ain't what it gotta be.
Ah, dude. Don't touch me. Dude, it's same energy, guys. It is the same energy. That is the right wing. We're entitled and we're victims. Oh my God. We're fucking such victims. Oh my God. I'm so entitled and I've been so oppressed. Oh, the system of white supremacy has oppressed these poor white weakling, whiny, misogynist bitches. Fucking scaredy cats. Dude, they're like, ooh, I'm going to be so confrontational and then I'm going to cry the minute it happens. Now left-winger throws the fucking sandwich at the cop and he runs, but he's not like begging for forgiveness. He's not screaming, leave me alone as he's getting chased, right? Dude, you know? Dude, right? Democrats we're so violent. No, we're just not fucking, you know, wussies is what we're not, okay? You know what I'm saying? Honestly, that's what we're not. We're not fucking big wusses, all right? Dude, oh man, they're so funny when they get all confrontational and then they become crybabies. All right. You ready? Hold on. I got to look and see what else we got on tap because I don't want to kill the whole thing with fucking Trump Putin, right? I do want to cover fucking Trump Putin for sure. But we got the Fox clip. I want to see, there was a 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗹𝗀𝗀 thing that I wanted to see too, right? Oh, dude. What is that bit about fucking Melania? Oh, the Melania and the birth certificate? The doom scroll? Yeah, no, the doom scroll. I thought there was a 𝗙cie𝗶𝗶𝗀𝗀 thing that I had bookmarked somewhere, though, too. Maybe I didn't. Right? I definitely want to look at the fucking... The doom scroll, right? That Anna shit. Yeah, the doom scroll. I'm trying to figure out what I got from on the Epstein hunt today too. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to have my daily fucking Epstein fill too. And I thought I had saved something, but now I'm not finding it. Give me 1 sec here. Dude. Oh, yeah. What is the report? It was a thing I had seen. You ready? And yeah, no, I saw that one. But so this one, okay, this is something from TYT, right?
Mr. President.
Which is Trump allegedly smearing people behind closed doors, right? Smearing the Epstein victims. But I wanted to see if there was a fucking source material for this with an article, right? Oh, it's an all-in Chris Hayes. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, right? About Trump smearing the Epstein victims? Dude, that shit. Because like I said, guys, remember how I said that here it is. Yes, this is it.
And tonight
this is it. All right, we're going to look at this too, because what I had said, guys, was I had said how one of the keys with the Trump Epstein thing is going to be the victims, right? They're trying to put Ghislaine Maxwell out there. They're trying to do what they're doing with Vladimir Putin, right? Vladimir said Biden was bad. Vladimir said we shouldn't have mail-in voting. You got to listen to Vladimir. No one's listening to Putin, okay? And no one's going to listen to Ghislaine Maxwell because she is the person who fucking was committing sex crimes with this shit. However, the victims coming forward, we already know that Ro Khanna and Thomas Massie have created a bipartisan news conference that's coming on September 3rd. It's coming when Congress returns, where they're bringing victims to the Capitol to speak, okay? And so we're going to watch this, all right? And then we're going to watch some Hannity, and then we're going to look at some of that doom scroll thing, because I think this is really important here, that the shit Trump is doing is royally pissing off the victims. And I think the victims are aware that it's now or never. The whole world is ready to hear from them. People are ready to fight for them, okay? Like they have allies in government now. And what's more, the cover-up coming from Trump and him controlling everything. They cleared out the deep state, and now they're trying to hide it. So now is the time for this shit to come forward and fucking create some big time body slamming. Dude, let's go. Let's go, Soul. Let's go, Talon. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, so the thing about this though, guys, is this isn't about MAGA. Okay, this isn't about MAGA giving up. Okay, this is about getting justice for the victims. And this is about people that aren't MAGA, that are in the middle of the country, that this shit does matter. And this shit does profoundly affect the way they look at the Republican Party. And it's also about the people in MAGA that are Epstein chowderheads that are going to be in disbelief. They're not going to turn on Trump, but their propaganda is not going to work as well on them. Okay, once that spell is broken and you realize inside that you've been lied to, the propaganda doesn't hit the same. Okay, it doesn't. The propaganda doesn't hit the same, but we want the victims to have their voice. Okay, they're going to be heard. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be heard. They're going to be seen. And I think that's really important. If you know people that have overcome sexual abuse, right? Like, for example, I was sexually abused by 2 half-brothers. I confronted those half-brothers. I fucking brought it to my family. My dad didn't even believe it. He accused me of fucking making this shit up and being back on drugs. And he took the side of one of the half-brothers who's literally in jail for sex crimes. But the point is, it wasn't about them. It was about my personal power of showing up. And these victims have waited for their personal power to speak up. And believe me, it's going to propel like a type of unity that, like, fuck MAGA, right? We're going to keep pressing with this. Keep pressing with this, right? I mean, dude, I am like going full in on this. I believe we as a country need to keep pressing through his whole administration. And the more it's a roadblock for him, the more mistakes this guy's going to start to make. Okay? I'm serious. Like, Trump can't handle the pressure of not getting out of it. You know what I mean? That's it, man. That's it. All right, here we go.
We have new reporting from Rolling Stone on how Donald Trump views the women who have come forward. Trump has said that some of these people speaking out are, in his words, clearly of a Democrat political affiliation, and has repeatedly critiqued the string of media appearances by Epstein accusers and their families, arguing that some of them are just trying to make him look bad.
Dude, that's so damning. Right? That's so damning. Like, he can't even make space for the victims. Okay? It's like, it's all about him. But, like, dude, there's no reason for you to look bad, Trump. Just release it. Show us. Show us Bill Clinton. Show us everybody, right? Why would you look bad? You've been talking about releasing this shit for 5 years. So release it. Put it out there. You fucking clown. Right? Dude, he is doing it by himself. He's doing it to himself because we know he's fucking guilty. We know Melania is guilty.
𝗙𝗎𝗍 is one of the reporters who broke that story. He is a senior political reporter at Rolling Stone, and he joins me now. Good to see you. Thanks for being here on set tonight.
Thank you for having me.
It sort of sounds from your reporting like Donald Trump sees himself as the victim here and not all the survivors who were personally impacted by Epstein.
Absolutely. And that is par for the course for this president. Whatever is going on the political or personal landscape, he always values casting himself as the victim, as the besieged one. Even in a situation as black and white as this, when it's pretty clear who the survivors are and who the victims and alleged victims and the accusers are.
Yeah, the victim is certainly not the guy who was engaged in all sorts of dealings with fucking Epstein, right? The dude who literally gave the dude who gave Epstein immunity a cabinet position is not the victim here. Dude, yet Rolling Stone... Dude, Rolling Stone, they've done some really good reporting over the last couple of years.
The survivors are and who the victims and alleged victims and the accusers are for something especially so heinous as what we've come to know with regards to the Jeffrey Epstein saga. And one of the things that got us onto reporting this out is that public-facing, Trump is often very garrulous in how he insults his enemies, big and small, who come after him or who, if he feels like they're coming after him, especially when he's sitting as leader of the free world. There is no low level to punch down that is too low for him. But for some reason, he was conspicuously silent about these families and these individual accusers. So we set out to figure out, okay, with our sources in and out of the administration, what is he saying privately? How is he viewing these media campaigns from these different families and from these different accusers? And as you put in your intro, when you reference our reporting, it's not a positive one. He is getting really, really annoyed in recent weeks with the...
Dude, yeah. See, that's it. Like I saw somebody in chat, I don't know who it was, but they were talking about, well, MAGA's just going to go back to Trump. But like, guys, I encourage you to think about this. For the next 3.5 years, right? Or whatever, 3 years coming up. I encourage you to spend very little time focusing on whether MAGA is going to react or do the right thing, right? The point is to keep pushing for the truth, keep pushing for justice, and that's going to apply a pressure to Trump himself that will cause him to self-destruct because he's not capable. And he gets flustered so easily. He can't let go of shit. We've seen it, right? We've seen it with him talking about the reporters with the Qatari jet. You know what I'm saying? And so the thing about it is as long as we keep pushing for the truth and keep applying pressure, he's going to unravel. Trump will unravel. And forget about MAGA. Oh, dude, you are a king. All right. Dude, you're a fucking king, Bryce. Thank you. Dude, Bryce fucking brought the food. You know what I'm saying? And as he unravels, MAGA will eat themselves, right? Because MAGA is like, they're like attached to him. Like, you know how you see those alien movies where somebody's like attached to the guy and feeding off them, right? The point being is as Trump unravels, MAGA will freak out about their leader unraveling and they start fighting each other. We've already seen it with MTG and Laura Loomer. And pretty soon you'll see it with MAGA fighting MAGA in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Because as Trump gets weak and ineffective and loses his magic, they can't worship anymore. And then they start fighting with each other. And so that's really how you weaken Trump is you just keep pushing for the truth of shit. And he, like when shit doesn't go away, when he can't just dance shit away, dude, he falls apart. Let's go. Dude, I feel like we need some Elon punches. Yeah, fuck you, Elon. Fuck a piece of shit. Thank you guys for all the donos tonight. You know? Let's go, right? Let's go, baby. Right? Dude, and what's more though, I will say that I'm kind of excited, okay? I'm sort of excited to see things like Thomas Massey right? Thomas Massey. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't like Thomas Massey. Okay. But I do still believe in a little bit of bipartisanship with people that aren't MAGA. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with that, with bipartisanship with people that are not MAGA. Okay. And Thomas Massey has, despite Trump threatening him, he has been essentially like, fuck you. Like, I'm not going to bow to your will. And so now Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna bringing some victims to Congress. I think that's a step in the right direction. Okay. Thomas Massey, he's got a lot of people that respect the hell out of him in the fucking, on the other side. You know what I'm saying? And so Thomas Massey digging in his heels and becoming part of the Epstein thing is going to give other people permission. I mean, the thing that's really hard about the Trump thing is the way Trump is with his threats and with the negativity of his fan base. People need permission to defect. Okay, they do. They need permission. They really do, right? They're afraid to do anything until they see other people that they respect showing fucking a spine. And then it gives them the opportunity to show some spine. And that shit does like bleed out. You know, the hardcore MAGA, they could watch a video of Trump raping a child and they would still forgive it. Right, they would. They're like way out there, but I think there's a lot of opportunity for some of the country to fucking, you know, have like, this is something we can be united on, you know? And yeah, I think what Mr. Mo said there too, that think about this. Think about if there's a bunch of establishment politicians on both sides that get wrecked by this. I mean, how great would that be? How great would that be if we could cleanse some Democratic establishment people with this Epstein list? That would be amazing, bro. You know what I'm saying? It would be amazing if like Chuck Schumer had something to do with this, or somebody of that realm. Like I think this thing makes so many people uncomfortable that it has an opportunity to really cause some wreckage. And then the other thing is, guys, is look at what Zohran Mamdani did. Okay, Zohran Mamdani is digging into this and found a connection from Epstein to Farkas to Andrew Cuomo. And so he made that video the other day where he's like, dude, Cuomo's like business partners with an Epstein guy. And like, right? So now Zohran Mamdani's quest for New York City is tied into like, you know, Epstein. And I'm telling you, there's probably a lot of establishment people that we can bury with Epstein. Like a lot. You know what I mean? Hold on. I'm going to go get some hot sauce and I'll be right back. All right? We need to lean into it, baby. Give me 1 sec.
You're all I've got.
Dude, Mr. Long Ears, let's go, baby. Dude, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go, dude, with Long Ears is in the house. Dude, I'm going to put up a let's do a dance party goal. Fuck it. Forgot that, but everybody's been going so crazy. If we don't hit it, I'll dance at the end anyway, because everybody's been donating so much tonight. So this is just if we want to fucking bring it quicker. I'm dancing regardless at the end because everybody went fucking crazy. But there's the goal, all right? But so what I was gonna say is this is like one of the things that I encourage you, because one of the things that I've seen a lot of, guys, is people like worried about, you know, the corporate Dems, this, the establishment, that. But you got to just keep believing, okay? We don't have to worry about what corporate Dems are going to do as long as we keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck them. They're going to do what they're going to do. And we're going to use them where we can use them to get hands on levers of power. And where they try to fuck us over, we're going to fight them, and they're going to keep cracking. They're already cracking. So, like, what we got to do is we got to just stop worrying about it not working out. Because, trust me, it is working out. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's like working out kind of before our eyes. I mean, Trump is doing some damage, and it's going to take us a long time to fix this shit. It is. It is. Like, I don't want to make it sound like he's not doing damage, because he is. But, like, I've found that sometimes when things get really bad like that and everything breaks apart, it gives the opportunity for the really radical change to happen. It really does. Because here's what's going to happen, guys, is Trump is going to expand presidential power until eventually, if we get a Democrat in there in 2028, that Democrat is going to have a wildly expanded presidential power to be able to fucking do some fucking crazy shit that they couldn't have done 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, you know, like I said something about that to Charlie Kirk, where I was like, wait until we get back in office with your expanded presidential power and we start crushing you guys. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And like, that's going to be a fucking beneficial thing. Yeah, it will be justified. That's just it. I mean, look at like what Gavin Newsom is doing, where he's like having a special election called up to gerrymander their districts. And people are like, fuck it. Even David Pakman, right? Even David Pakman was like, I normally don't support this, but I'm all for... Like, David Pakman is going an eye for an eye, dude. Right? You know something's going on when that guy is like saying, yeah, let's break the rules. Dude, right? I mean, that guy is like, you know, is so, like, square. You know what I'm saying? Dude. I feel like some crazy shit is happening. You know? But again... What it is people need permission, you know? It's going to take 2 generations. Yeah, it might take 2 generations, but when we fix it, it's going to be better than it could have been if he hadn't broken it all, right? And that's one of the things that I want, is a thing from my life that I just want to share with you, that like, it's really bad when somebody like Trump or life comes in and breaks all our shit and breaks all our systems that were working for us. But what I have found is then when you go back and you fix it, it's better than it would have been if you hadn't broken it. It's kind of like Drew Brees. Do you guys know the story of Drew Brees? Okay, so Drew Brees was a talented quarterback who got picked up by San Diego Chargers. And in his early part of his career, he fumbled the ball by the goal line. He dove in for it and he destroyed his shoulder. Okay. He couldn't throw. He was done. Surgery. He couldn't throw anymore. And New Orleans Saints picked him up. And what Drew Brees did was like, okay, since I can't throw, I'm going to relearn how to throw without my previous flaws. And so he hired a pitching coach. I believe it was Tom House, and he learned how to throw again, but he was able to get rid of the old habits he had because he was starting with a clean slate. And after that injury, he ended up better than he could have ever gotten if he hadn't blown out his shoulder. And then he went on to fucking, you know, fucking Super Bowls and shit. And he's going to be a Hall of Famer. But if he hadn't blown out his shoulder, he would not have hit that ceiling. So, like, sometimes the destruction, the damage, the unthinkable is actually a blessing in disguise, because you can go in and you get a brand new higher ceiling, because you get to remake some shit that you could have never remade if somebody hadn't come in and broke it. And I'm telling you, man, I think the phenomenal radical change that we want is waiting for us after this period of destruction. I know it hurts hearing that. So I know, dude. I know it sucks, dude. Just, you got to not lose faith. Got to not lose hope, man. But I have hope to spare, baby. Dude, let's go. We're going to have a little music break while I eat a little bit of Taco Bell, because I'm fucking starving. It is. Tommy. Dude, I love Taco Bell. I kind of go through phases. When I was playing Fortnite, I was in a McDonald's phase. Now my kid got me sort of hooked on Taco Bell. Dude, let's go, studio. Let's go, baby. There it is. Taco Hell hot sauce. I like the Diablo. I like the Diablo, the fucking Chipotle flavored stuff. This is true. No sandwich throwing. To somebody, I saw somebody say something about it, but, oh shit, you can't even hear the music. Sorry, guys. I had the music off. I've been hearing the music, but you weren't. I eat mostly healthy, but I do like some fast food as well. All right. I think like you like, I've never been an avoider of shit, right? Out of fear of being unhealthy. Health is a lot of how you manage stress. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you do need to live healthy, and you need to eat healthy and get exercise, and certainly all of that stuff too. But it's really about stress management is the most important thing. I mean, if you eat and live healthy and you have poor stress management, you're destroying your fucking body, right? How your body manages stress determines a lot of how healthy everything else in it is, because stress really causes your body to eat away, right? It's kind of like we're talking about with Trump, you know what I mean? Whereas the stress gets applied to Trump and he starts getting rattled, and then the whole MAGA movement starts eating itself. That's kind of how it works, you know? So I do try to eat pretty healthy, but I also partake in fucking fast food. The one thing I have kind of cut out, The only one thing that I've cut out a little bit is fried chicken. I have a real thing for fried chicken, and I don't really eat fried chicken a lot anymore. I mean, I just went through a full, colonoscopy and the stress test and all my cholesterol and all that shit, and I'm good. I'm like super healthy, but I know that if I were to eat fried chicken a lot from here on out, I would probably not be very healthy in a pretty quick amount of time, I do a lot of air fryer, right? Chicken and shrimp in the air fryer with rice and green veggies. Mayo and pineapple sandwiches, ew. I don't eat mayo. I mean, I'll eat mayo in fast food, but I never use mayo at home, ever. Not on a sandwich, not anywhere. Dude, Elf! Yeah, I don't do mayo and I don't do salt. Do I watch my carbs? So I wouldn't say I watch my carbs, but I will say that my natural diet is kind of a little keto-ish because I like protein more than carbs because I'm about like a strong mind, and as I've gotten older, I feel like protein's my brain food. So I tend to eat way more protein than I do carbs. And these days, the carbohydrates I do get are from like cruciferous vegetables, right? And I have pasta when I desire it and a little bit of bread, but mostly I don't do a lot of carbs, right? I like what I do. I don't know if you guys do this, but here's what I do. You ready? And I think this is good. I believe in it because it's taken care of me this far. But I'm going to tell you a quick story, okay? So it's about Jenny, okay? Because Jenny had an experience that aligns with my life philosophy. My girlfriend, my partner of 12 and a half years. So a couple of years back, she went to massage school. And she was like tired a lot. And she didn't really know why. And she started eating ginger. And she ate ginger, so much ginger. She craved ginger. So we would buy piles of ginger and she ate it raw like candy. And she got all the way through massage school. And then at the end of her massage school, she went to the doctor and we found out she was anemic, like really badly anemic. She had some fibroid issues, but her body had been craving ginger the whole time. And the ginger fights anemia. So her body naturally adjusted to this food that got her all through massage school while being anemic until eventually she figured it out and was able to solve the problem for good. But the point being that your body will often lead you to whatever healthy thing you need, right? If you listen to it. So I kind of do that. Like when my body tells me to eat pasta, I eat pasta. And when I crave like nothing but eggs, I eat nothing but eggs. And I like strictly obey what my body sort of tells me to do. And then I do some unhealthy shit like fast food and candy, but I moderate that. I moderate the really bad shit. I don't take it away, but I moderate it. I don't get it all the time. And I limit the amount of candy I eat. But for the most part, I let my body dictate, like I go in waves. You know, there was a time when I was eating lots of red meat, and now I don't eat a lot of red meat. I eat more, like I buy these frozen fish fillets and I air fry them with rice and collard greens and fucking kale and broccoli and Brussels sprouts. And I just eat fucking, some lightly cooked vegetables that I put in the microwave, right? I microwave fresh vegetables to warm them up and they don't lose all their moisture. And then I eat the air fryer sort of non-red meats. And that's what my body's been telling me to do, right? And like, I don't know. I feel like if we learn to listen to ourselves, I feel like our bodies really know what they need a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? You quit drinking, good for you. Yeah, getting rid of the drinking is good. And I mean, I definitely went through ice cream phases. I went through a chocolate milk phase, guys. Like I had been off caffeine. And then when I started writing screenplays, I'd been off caffeine like 7 years. And then when I was holed up writing screenplays for a year, I was drinking chocolate milk like a half a gallon a day. And I realized it was the caffeine, right? Ultimately, I was trying to get the caffeine from the chocolate. So I gave up chocolate milk and went back to energy drinks. And I immediately lost like 20 pounds, dude. And I felt so much better. And it was time for me to go back to caffeine. I had quit caffeine for 8 years, but then my body was like, no, we want caffeine again now. Right? Isn't that weird? Oh, dude, yerba mate is great. Dude, Elf! Oh, shit, bro! Tingle bitty! Let's fucking go, baby! Oh, shit, dude. You guys are crazy. Dude, Risco! Let's go! Dude, let's go. Thank you. Let's go. I feel like I owe one. Janae Harrington had one out there. Got a fellow Harrington in the house. We're gonna fucking just beat the shit out of Elon. All right. So anyway, now we're getting back to these guys. Again, I think it's great that Trump is starting to attack the victims in private, right? Which means, dude, he's fuming. And when Trump is fuming, Trump makes mistakes. And when Trump makes mistakes, he looks weak and loses his magic. And when Trump loses his magic, MAGA start eating themselves. They eat each other's faces. They're right. They literally are only good when Trump is like on top of his game, man. You know what I mean? Dude, hey man, Black, whatever works for you, boss. As long as you're like taking care of yourself and like you're getting what you want to get done. I don't think you need to beat yourself up. You know what I'm saying? If like, I know people that smoke pot, they're totally fine, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you can smoke pot without doing all that other shit and that fucking helps you like get your shit done, like more power to you, man. You know, you're right. It's definitely better than getting like wasted on alcohol. Right? It is, dude. I mean, you're not gonna fucking kill somebody in a fucking speeding vehicle after getting stoned, and you're not gonna beat up your fucking girlfriend. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, it's like, you know, some people can't manage it. Like I can't. I got to stay off it all because I don't even like pot. But if I start smoking pot, I'll be doing cocaine before long. But I think the thing is like alcohol's just, it's crazy that alcohol is legal, and alcohol though is like probably one of the more dangerous ones, dude. It is like domestic abuse, right? Everybody who drinks alcohol doesn't commit domestic abuse, but every domestic abuser has a fucking problem with alcohol somewhere in there, just about, you know what I mean? You know, it's crazy how alcohol is violence, domestic abuse, bad sexual behavior, right? Bad automobile crashes. It's like so terrible, dude. And when people get drunk on alcohol, they fucking like make other bad decisions. Oh yeah, let's go get a bunch of cocaine, right? Or let's try heroin, right? When you're drunk on alcohol. Dude, you just quit drugs. Good for you, JCN. It's hard, but I hope you stick with it, man. It is fucking, it like me, I've been 18 years, a little over 18 years sober. And it's been really, really good. I went to AA. I did the steps. I didn't the first time. First time I went 5.5 years, no AA, nothing. I just got like addicted to gambling and Red Bull and cigarettes and sex. And then my kid was born and I fucking fell apart. The pressure of being a dad caused me to fuck up. And then about a year later, I got sober again, but I went to AA. And it was really good. 12 steps are great. They are. They're like good for like, you know, taking responsibility and kind of getting at some of the root causes, you know what I mean? It was really helpful for me because I had some trauma that I needed to sort out. And so eventually it was like AA was the starter, and yeah, dude, I used the universe as well. And then AA was the starter, but then I went to therapy and did EMDR and I had to go well beyond AA because AA was great. It was like the foundation that got me out of there and got me to take responsibility. And then I did some heavy duty fucking therapy and shit. You know, dude, you did AAA. That's funny. Hooked on cars. All right, let's see what Trump's doing, dude. He's falling apart, dude. Homie's crashing.
How is he viewing these media campaigns from these different families and from these different accusers? And as you put in your intro, when you reference our reporting, it's not a positive one. He is getting really, really annoyed in recent weeks with these individuals, accusing them of being essentially Democratic operatives, coordinating with supposedly this liberal media and liberal lawyer ecosystem that he thinks is just out to get him and make him look bad and imply to the public that maybe he did something wrong or super fishy or whatever during his years of power.
But again, maybe he did something wrong or something fishy, but he just won't release the proof that he didn't, right? That's the problem. Like, oh, you didn't do anything wrong, then release it. You told us, Trumpy, it was Clinton. Oh, 28 times to the island. It was Kevin Spacey. It was Hollywood. It was the Democrats. It was Bill Gates. So release it all, right? I'm no problem putting fucking Bill Clinton in the clink, dude. Dude, I would put Clinton in jail in 2 seconds, bro. Right? You know what I mean? I mean, dude, I would love to see Bill Clinton go to jail for being a fucking clown, dude. At least we wouldn't have to worry about him going to Michigan anymore and giving stupid ass speeches during a really important time in the election. Right? Dude. Seriously. Shut that fucker up, bro. He looks like he's been snorting Ozempic. Like, fucking put him away, dude. I'm down.
That maybe he did something wrong or super fishy or whatever during his years of palling around with country's most notorious pedophile, Jeffrey Epstein. So, again, when it comes to the character and politicking of Donald Trump, sadly, par for the course.
You know, I've interviewed some of the survivors. They've come on many of our shows here at MS. And then I've also listened to many of them, read their interviews, and they're incredibly straightforward most of the time.
Yeah.
It's basically, we would love if you included us in the process. We'd like to be notified about what's going on. Could you contact our lawyers perhaps before you go down to a prison in Florida and maybe make a deal? Please treat us with some respect. And perhaps if there's something to be learned from these documents that you once said you would release, we'd like to see them too. I mean, those aren't really partisan requests. Those seem like very standard asks from people who've been incredibly harmed.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is the government has prevented the victims from seeing the files, including the information the government has about their own cases, guys. And apparently, since Trump has gotten involved, it's gotten like much worse. Okay, to where they're not, they don't want to even like recognize the survivors exist. And dude, I'm telling you, man, don't fucking piss off a bunch of powerful women survivors for too long, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, dude, wise up. You saw Me Too. Don't think that these women who have survived and been, dude, Maria Farmer first reported Trump and Epstein together in 1996. Dude, she's been at it for 30 fucking years, bro. Right? Don't think she's gonna just put her tail between her legs and go away after 30 years of hounding the fucking FBI, bro. Right? Maria Farmer would like fly through Superman like a lightning bolt. Like, remember that fucking, I can't remember what movie it is, but somebody put their arm down and like flew through a guy, was it the Matrix or some shit? Somebody fucked somebody up by like Supermaning through them. And that's kind of how I view some of these survivors, that they are tired. They have been cut out by the government and by the lawyers, gone behind their backs like multiple times. And now they are like out for blood, dude. They are, as they should be, man, because this is it. If we let Trump bury it now, it's never going to come out. It's never going to come out, man.
Right. And for a president of the United States who is as obsessed with so-called public relations as this one, you think that he and his administration would put better care in terms of even private or gentle communications with these families and their attorneys.
Not
and
at all, dude.
Survivors and these accusers. As far as we can tell, they are mostly keeping them at arm's length. There is obviously a ton of secrecy within the past month plus with this shambolic blowback and handling within the administration of the whole Epstein saga. And instead of focusing on, as you were pointing out, trying to approach these very straightforward, very understanding, very human stories with any modicum of care, of course, this president and this administration are instead leaning into things like trying to wield the nation's intelligence and vast federal law enforcement apparatus to try to change the subject to maybe we should think about putting Barack Obama or James Comey in jail for a completely made-up scandal that Donald Trump would much rather talk about. Than
Dude, it's so crazy, right? What he's saying is so true. And you know what has really baffled me, guys? And I haven't been able to figure this out. But I'm going to go on a little thought journey with you for a minute here, because we've talked a lot on this show, and we've seen other people on shows talk about how Donald Trump, since he became like the MAGA, whatever, the MAGA Jesus, he has had this like innate quality to just walk out there and no matter what the scandal is, whether it's, you know, the locker room talk with the Access Hollywood tape, or he, you know, even lying about the elections for 5 years, he's always been able to just show up, say the right thing, and be absolved of all his sins, and to just naturally make everything go away, right? He's had these really great survival instincts of how the whole world's out to get me, and I'm going to spin this to my advantage. But for whatever reason, I don't know what the reason is, it seems like when it comes to Epstein, he has the worst survival instincts. Like every time he reacts to the Epstein thing, he makes it so much worse, okay? And I think it's because he's really guilty and he's a total fucking degenerate, so he just doesn't know how to not be a degenerate, right? Like he can't, you know what I mean? Like with the Access Hollywood tape, he was like locker room talk, but like he's a degenerate. So yeah, that is locker room talk for him. He was just, I'm a guy who's a total degenerate, but that's not going to get him out of the Epstein jam, okay? A guy who's a total degenerate is going to sink him in the Epstein jam. So now all of a sudden he's got to not be a degenerate, and he has no idea how to not be a degenerate. It is like physically impossible for him. You know what I mean? And so he just can't make this go away, right? He can't. He cannot make this fucking go away. And the more he can't make it go away, the worse his fucking behavior gets. And dude, yeah, I know the weave, but his weave is now like car crashes. He's now doing the weave on a narrow one-way street in a fucking Chevy Suburban, and it is not working out. It's like smash, 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 right? Dude, oh shit, dude. He is like out of his element, boss.
The Epstein saga.
Do you think some of what we're seeing happen in D.C. right now is a part of that distraction effort?
I mean, that may be an added benefit for him, but because it has been a top policy priority of his for years, dating back to his first administration and during the Joe Biden years when he was out of office, to wield the U.S. military against Democratic dominant cities he doesn't like and his political enemies. Maybe it's distracting or turning some of the media focus away from the Epstein stuff somewhat. But when it was his top political priority, or at least one of his top political priorities for so many years, I don't think it should be simply dismissed as a quote-unquote distraction.
And he's still facing heat, not just from his own base and people, you know, who are incredibly frustrated by all of this, but on Capitol Hill. I mean, 𝗏𝗏 and Thomas Massie say they're going to try to bring survivors to speak. People want them to be able to testify formally as well. Do you think any of that is really going to happen, and could it change the dynamic here?
See, I don't know if they're going to get the formal. I doubt they're going to get the victims in front of the Senate, because I don't think Comer is going to let that happen. That would probably be devastating. He's going to fight that. But one of the things they can do is Massie and 𝗏𝗏 and everybody else who wants to get involved, they can start having their own press conferences. Like, imagine when Trump is going to speak about something, they schedule a press conference with a couple of Epstein victims right at the same time, and or right before it, so the press can then be asking Trump questions about the right? If he's having a 2 p.m. press conference, have a fucking 9 a.m. press conference with the victims. So by the time they get in there at 2 p.m., they are fucking asking him in his press conference. He has to talk about the victims, right? I mean, and then they can, you know, that shit, all of us content creators will put that shit out on the airwaves, man. You know, it's like, dude, I believe we can hold these guys accountable, man. We can.
Well, it's a little bit hard to see how much of that, particularly from Democratic lawmakers, is going to break through, considering who holds the keys to power in Washington right now. Having said that, when it comes to the casual cruelty of the Trump administration, when you're looking at their authoritarian power grabs in D.C., Los Angeles, etc., and how they're handling the Epstein saga and the ongoing whatever is in the files, a form of a cover-up of some kind, it's almost kind of different tunes in the same song.
Dude, let's go. Dude, we love to see it, bro. We love to see it. Dude, yeah. Dude, the Trump Epstein, baby. This shit is not going away. Okay? This shit is definitely not going away. And Trump is he's fucking making it worse. I want to look at this. I want to look at this one real quick too.
Extensive reporting now.
All right, I haven't seen this one, but 𝗏𝗏 did this about the flight logs. I mean, this is shit we know, but I feel like they're starting to collect all the information together, right? And the independent media is doing a lot of work on this. Dude, forever the fucking pedo president, he will. I saw something funny on Twitter, which was this, guys. You ready? Obviously the weave, dude, he's all over the map. But this right here is fucking amazing, dude. Right? Oh, look at that, dude. Oh, tell me. Dude, that is not fucking money, bro. Dude, there's some good content coming out of this. Isn't that amazing? Right? Vote for pedo? Dude. You need that on a shirt? Yeah, that would be a fucking good shirt, dude. Oh, yeah. Sometimes AI knocks it out of the park. Okay? As much as I hate AI, although we could have done that without AI too, right? I mean, it'd be fairly simple to just comp his head on there. He totally, yeah, I was going to say the hair kind of is his hair, right? You know what I mean? That is his fucking hair. But dude, yeah, Trumpy's going down. But yeah, let's watch this 𝗏𝗏, okay? Let's watch a little bit of this. Because, you know, all this distraction, again, they're making it worse. Like even with Melania threatening $1 billion lawsuit against fucking Hunter Biden. Like, dude, that's not going anywhere. $1 billion, please, for Hunter Biden repeating Michael Wolff's claims. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. It's just drawing more unnecessary attention to themselves, right? Every time they speak about this, every time they open their mouth about this, they literally make it worse for themselves. Like the entire Trump admin, it's like they don't know how to handle a sexual scandal. You know what I'm saying? They just don't know how to fucking do it. All right.
But K-File's extensive reporting now shows the two shared a close social circle for nearly 2 decades, from private jet flights to high-profile parties, and that's only part of the story. Photos, flight logs, and court records help reveal how long their personal history really was. K-File's Andrew Kozynski is here with all of that, and it is some extensive research and reporting that you all did. You've chronicled this relationship between Trump and Epstein from the 80s to, mid-2000s is obviously when their contact probably cut off. What's the most striking thing that you find that kind of contradicts this? Donald Trump is no fan of Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, so what we found, it really actually paints a portrait starting, as you said, in the 1980s up to the mid-2000s. It paints this portrait of a long, enduring friendship. I think there were several associates who have called them best friends. Epstein himself said that he was Donald Trump's closest friend for 10 years. And we looked through these hundreds of hours of video, hundreds of photos. We went through documents from court files, exhibits from lawsuits. So we really chronicled this whole relationship through time. And one thing that I found really interesting was these flight logs from Epstein's private jet, which were part of that investigation into Ghislaine Maxwell. And they really tell you a story of how close these guys are. Look at just a few of them. This is in 1993, for instance. This is the same year that we found as well that Jeffrey Epstein attended Donald Trump's wedding to Marla Maples. Trump flew on that plane 4 times with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell between Palm Beach, where Mar-a-Lago is, and where Epstein also owns a home. Let's fast forward then to 1994. Trump.
Dude, that's crazy, dude. Like, dude, sister, let's go with the cyberpunk. Guys, we got 6 out of 10 for the dance party. 7 minutes. We need 4 more fucking $2 super chats. Let's see if we can bring that home. And dude, look at this. He's on the plane with Tiffany Trump and Marla and the nanny, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, think about that, guys. You are not going on a private plane with your wife, your daughter, and the fucking nanny unless you are, like, close, okay? Right? Trump? Right? Somebody of his stature? He's not just getting on a random fucking plane with this nanny. You know, there's no fucking way, dude. Sister, let's go with the gifted. Thank you.
Flew from Palm Beach to Washington, D.C. with his then wife, Marla Maples, his daughter, Tiffany, and a nanny before they returned to New Jersey that day. In August 1995, just he and Eric were on board with Epstein and Maxwell again. They flew from Palm Beach to Teterboro in New Jersey.
Oh, shit. You think that's when did Eric lose his virginity on the Lolita Express? Did he? Right? Did he take Eric when he was like 16 and hook him up with an Epstein girl? Could you see it? I could actually see that. Dude, let's go, James. Thank you, boss. Appreciate you. 3 more, dude. Down to the wire. 3 more 6 minutes. We got this. Dude, I could absolutely see that with Trump being like, we're going to make you a man, right? We're going to get one of Epstein's, and don't worry about it because she's your age, right? She's a teenager too. Like, dude, that feels like a gross Trumpy thing to do, right? You know what I mean?
And then in January 1997, Trump flew with the pair from Palm Beach to Newark, New Jersey. All of these trips, 8 in total, were documented in logs that I mentioned were from that trial.
You also took a look at what Donald Trump himself has said about Jeffrey Epstein. What did you find?
Yeah, that's right. And one of the things that's always been so striking is that quote that he said in 2002 that we found in that New York Magazine article where he said he was a terrific guy, he liked beautiful women just like him. And then that quote where he says he likes many of them on the younger side. That was from an article entitled Jeffrey Epstein, International Money Man of Mystery in New York Magazine. Now, just 2 years later, we were going through Donald Trump's book, and there he had one called How to Get Rich. And then we wrote in his book that somebody named Mysterious Jeffrey had called him, and that you could see it right there. That's the passage from his book. He says Jeffrey calls in, but there's actually a lot of activity between these two in 2004. One of the things that...
Dude, that's so creepy. I want to go back to that. The Mysterious Jeffrey, right? As mysterious as Jeffrey is, he's one of the few people I know who can get by just on a first name. My staff never asked for a last name in his case, which in a way puts him up there with Elvis, another you know, child graper. Dude, let's go. 2 more. 4 minutes, baby. Right? Not that Elvis calls in much these days, but you never know. That's why I have a floor for security. Sometimes we need it. We had some calls you wouldn't believe, right? So gross, dude. So gross, man. I mean, dude, Jeffrey just his first name.
But there's actually a lot of activity between these two in 2004. One of the things that was seized from Jeffrey Epstein's home during that initial investigation to him in the mid-2000s were message pads. And on those message pads, there were if you look here, 2 messages from Donald Trump in November of 2004. This is around the time the 2 of them actually were competing to buy a property in West Palm Beach. Trump ultimately won out. He beat Epstein, and this is allegedly part of what made their relationship deteriorate.
Yeah, Donald Trump's talked about that as well. Your review also, I mean, you looked also through tons of photos and tons of video of Trump and Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell together from Mar-a-Lago to here in Manhattan. Walk us through kind of some of those moments that you found.
Yeah, Kate, and these images, they really speak for themselves. In November 1992, there's an image that a lot of people have seen, and it's of Trump and Epstein, and they're dancing there. You can see with models. I think you can see Ghislaine Maxwell.
Ghislaine's in the back. She's back here.
She was there just a second ago.
There she is.
Later.
Right there's Ghislaine. Yeah, this is Mar-a-Lago. 1 more, guys. 2 minutes 45. We got this. And we're going to finish this video, and then we dance. We dance. Fuck you, Elon. Get shit on. There it is. Oh, Natty. Let's go. There it is. Bing, 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 bing. Oh, let's go, baby. I'm going to pound fucking sand up Elon's ass real quick with this graphic. All right, let's go. 1 more. Oh. Dude, get shit on. Elon, pound sand up your ass. Oh, shit, dude. That's so satisfying. Let's go. All right, we finished the video, and then we dance. All right, let's go, baby.
Trump, we had found, or previously, Epstein was at Trump's wedding in 1993. That's the photo there on the left. 1997, you can see in that photo on the right, that's them at a Victoria's Secret Angels event. And then in 1999, this that I found in some archives, it was Trump and Epstein, and they're actually chatting at a Victoria's Secret fashion show. In 1997, he was also photographed with Maxwell at a fashion show. These guys attended a lot of fashion shows together, it looks like. And then in February...
Yeah, the reason why they attended a lot of fashion shows is because the modeling business was central to this trafficking stuff. And John Casablancas at Elite Models, of course, Jean-Luc Brunel, Karen Models, and then Jean-Luc Brunel ended up starting MC2 with Epstein, right? That was, I think, 2002. Okay, it's like a deep entanglement. Trump had Trump models. They were trafficking young girls from Eastern Europe. I mean, this shit is like the modeling agencies and the sex trafficking were like one and the same.
Of 2000, there was an event in Mar-a-Lago that featured not only Trump, Epstein, and Maxwell, but also Prince Andrew was also at this event, and these images were initially published in the Palm Beach Post in the year 2000. So there's a lot of public appearances. And
dude, I actually used this picture. I used on tonight's thumbnail, dude. Right? Here, let me pull this up for you. Tonight's thumbnail right there is that picture, right? Oh, shit. Epstein girl. That's the photo, dude. I actually used that. I used a crop from that fucking photo. It's like, actually, I don't think it's that one. It's from the same set, though, right? Yeah, no. Because this one, he's looking side-eye at her. So it's not this photo. But it's interesting. It's same set, though. Yeah, different photos, but same night, right? It's this one. Oh, shit, dude. Dude, they're so creepy, bro. Yeah. Oh, Melania? Yeah, she's high as shit on fucking cocaine in these photos. Like, dude. Oh, my God, dude. Yeah, she is jacked. Very jacked. And don't ask me how I know. Dude, she is up.
Post in the year 2000. So there's a lot of public appearances, and it definitely undercuts Trump's claim that he was not a fan and they were sort of just distant acquaintances.
So what is the president saying about this?
So we reached out to the White House. We asked them about all of this, and it's on CNN.com. If you read the timeline, it's very extensive. They didn't respond to any of the detailed questions that we sent, but Stephen Chung, who is the communications director for the White House, sent along a statement that said, quote, "The fact is that the president kicked him out of his club for being a creep."
Yeah. That although that story has changed, this is the line that they're sticking with. The president kicked him out of his club for being a creep. Dude, this line is fooling no one. Okay, fooling no one. I mean, we know Trump is a creep. Come on, bro. Please.
So it's going to be interesting to see, because he says they weren't close. He says he was not a fan, but we continue to just see more and more revelations come out.
Yeah, and we've heard that similar statement from Stephen Chung many times about questions that linger. It's great to see you. Great reporting as always. Thanks, Andrew. A key figure in the Epstein case, who later worked for President Trump, could soon be called to testify under oath. Alex Acosta was the prosecutor who infamously gave Jeffrey Epstein a sweetheart deal in 2008.
No way, dude. They might call Acosta and fucking have him testify an oath. See, here's the thing, guys. Anybody they do bring up, okay? Anybody they do bring up into like the oversight committee, the Democrats are going to get to grill these guys too. And don't forget, Ron Wyden has been looking at those 4,000, $1 billion worth of 4,000 like cash payments made to Epstein, right? And the thing about it is, though, is it's not so much whether he lies or tells the truth. It's like them like catching him in a trap, right? You're gonna snare him where you get him to lie, so it's so obvious that he's lying. Where he's not lying to cover, but you unearth the lie like a good prosecutor would in a case of law, right? Where you force the lie to come out in a way that they can't hide the lie. Oh, shit. Dude, I feel like this guy never really got grilled. And there's a lot to ask him about with that, the claims of him being an intelligence agent and all this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Deal that allowed Epstein to serve minimal time in prison, and a deal that shut down the federal investigation into his alleged sex trafficking ring. Acosta then went on to serve as Trump's first-term labor secretary. For reasons unknown, Acosta, the man who would know everything about the Epstein case, was left off the House Oversight Committee's list of subpoenaed witnesses.
Oh, fuck. Did you see that? I did not know about that little detail, right? So Acosta, right? We know Acosta gave Jeffrey the immunity deal, and Trump thought Jeffrey was a creep, but then he took the guy who gave the creep immunity and he made him a cabinet member. But did you see what she said? She said when the House Oversight Committee had a list of like subpoenaed witnesses after all this shit blew up in 2019, they left Acosta off it. That's fucking weird, isn't it? Like, what the hell, bro? That's insane that while this was blowing up, he got left off the list.
For reasons unknown, Acosta to serve minimal time in prison, and a deal that shut down the federal investigation into his alleged sex trafficking ring. Acosta then went on to serve as Trump's first-term labor secretary. For reasons unknown, Acosta, the man who would know everything about the Epstein case, was left off the House Oversight Committee's list of subpoenaed witnesses. But tonight, a Republican on that committee, Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna, is telling the Palm Beach Post that calling Acosta to testify is not, quote, off the table.
Fuck. See? One of their own, Anna Paulina Luna. See, that's another thing, guys, okay, that I hadn't thought about until just now, is how some of these Congress people have to press forward with this because their constituents are deeply connected to, like, wanting to punish sex traffickers, right? So what's funny is MAGA or no MAGA, some of these legislators are in districts where they can't really let this go because they won't win an election again, okay? Like, forget about how MAGA feels about Trump. Like, they won't. The reps will lose their fucking job if they just pretend like this shit doesn't exist. You know what I mean? And I hadn't really thought about that, about the pressure that is going to be applied to representatives for them to simply not lose their job, independent of Trump. Because some of these areas, some of these like heavily Christian areas, they want somebody punished. Okay? They know Epstein is like the biggest, it's like the fucking Catholic priest of sex crimes. And they want somebody fucking punished. And they think it's Bill Clinton. They think it's Hollywood, Democrats, Robert De Niro or whatever. They've been out for blood for this for like 10 years, man. You know, 8 years, 6 years.
Also says at any time he can be called to testify. I'm going to speak to the top Democrat on that committee in a moment about plans to subpoena Acosta. Because even though dozens of victims had come forward at that point, Acosta, as I mentioned, let Epstein off easy, allowed him to plead guilty to just 2 prostitution-related charges. Epstein served only 13 months in a county jail and was allowed to leave the jail nearly every day for 12
hours a day he had.
The Department of Justice review later found that Acosta exercised poor judgment in the case, although he continued to defend his actions years after the case was closed.
There was value to getting a guilty plea. You can always look at a play after the fact and say, should it have been the safe play or should you have gone for the big score?
Dude, this guy's such a bullshitter. They had so much, right? Dude, I know she was the one talking about interdimensional beings. Dude, she's funny, dude. She's a quirky one. But dude, they had so much evidence. They had like a 53-page indictment on fucking Epstein, dude. They could have put him away forever.
This comes as President Trump is, many think, trying to change the subject from Epstein as he threatens a full-on federal takeover of Washington, D.C. But it's Trump's own party who won't let Epstein go.
The American people are sick and tired of this government holding on to all these secrets. They're sick and tired of being lied to by the intelligence community and by...
Dude, look at that. A Republican from Missouri, dude. The land of child brides. They're like, we want to know.
A deep state.
They want to see pictures.
We don't have to wait 60, 70 years to find out what really happened when it came to Jeffrey Epstein.
Kristen Holmes is out front at the White House for us tonight. Kristen, just as President Trump was trying to shift attention to D.C., his takeover of the police department there, members of his own party are making Epstein front and center again.
They are, Kate. And just to be clear, I mean, President Trump, the White House, they don't want to be talking about this. And you talk about how he's been shifting the narrative. Of course, we've seen this happen time and time again as they've tried to get away from this story. But they were just starting to see some success in that. I mean, it had been over a month of them being on the defensive when it came to the Epstein story. And I was actually told that they were starting to circulate some of our polling that we put on air of how the searches for the Epstein case had dropped down, and they were sending that amongst themselves to try and show that there was no reason to insert this into the narrative again, to bring up the Epstein files and any kind of conversations about the transcripts between Blanche and Maxwell, something, of course, we had been reporting on that they were considering. And now you have Republicans themselves coming out and saying, why don't we know more? Talking about subpoenaing Alex Acosta.
He's so cooked!
And even the vice president himself over the weekend in an interview bringing up Epstein again. I mean, most of the people who responded to that interview responded with, release the Epstein files. So they're having a hard time actually getting away from this story, but I can tell you they want nothing to do with this. And the hope is that, of course, with this D.C. takeover, with the federalization, with the fact that they are so focused on that, and then moving into the Putin-Trump summit at the end of the week, that they can try again to move away from the story.
But dude, it's just not going away, dude. And you know, September 3rd is 2 weeks from now. Okay, and 2 weeks from now, Thomas Massie and Ro Khanna are going to have a news conference. Welcome back, House of Representatives. Here are some of the Epstein victims. Oh, shit.
We'll see how successful they are.
Yeah, try again, I guess. Kristen, thanks so much for the reporting tonight.
Dude, amazing. Dude, it's amazing. And so here's something else, guys, that I feel like is ancillary, is not really connected to it, but it was Laura Loomer's meltdown today. Okay? Laura Loomer had a deposition today. Let's see if there's a video on it but so sexual deviancy is really starting to fucking is starting to sexual deviancy is starting to like find its way to the forefront. All right. I'm seeing everything on the Laura MTG, which is understandable. So I guess maybe we'll have to go on Twitter for this. But so, dude, she's trending, as you see on Twitter, but because of this, okay? Dude, Laura Loomer's fucking, dude, this. Dude, look at this. This is an actual piece from her thing, right? Miss Bolger, can we mark this as exhibit whatever we're at? 31, please. Exhibit 31. Just showing her an exhibit. And then Laura Loomer says, several of President Trump's staff have told me in confidence that Lindsey Graham is gay. And then the lawyer's like, hold on, Miss Loomer, there's no question. She just sat there after a 30-second break and like volunteered that Trump staff had told her that Lindsey Graham is gay. And the lawyer's like, wait, what's going on? Like, we didn't even ask you a question. Dude, it is the funniest shit. Okay? So like what it's based on is Loomer sued Bill Maher, okay? And now they're fucking like she's getting deposed as a result of this, okay? Because of her Bill Maher suit. So this shit, these clips are on here are so funny, right? And she said, so yeah, I mean, I said I love him. I love President Trump. Millions of Americans love the president. You can love your dad. Doesn't mean you're sleeping with your dad. Dude, you can love your mom. Doesn't mean you have a sexual relationship with your mom. I love my dogs. Dude, yeah, Laura, we get it. It doesn't mean that I'm committing bestiality and fucking my dogs, right? Dude, it's like, it's fucking hard to believe that this shit is real, dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at this point, I don't even know if that shit is real. Dude. She is crazy. Oh my God. And dude, here's another one. This one is real too. You ready? And it's not The Onion. 𝗙𝗪𝗚 says, can you explain to me what it means to say to her that the Arby's in her pants? Right? And the attorney, objection, relevancy, 𝗙𝗪𝗚, answer the question. Loomer, Arby's sells roast beef. Right. Can you tell me why were you talking about the Arby's in her pants? Well, it's just an expression. What is the expression trying to convey? It conveys the reason why she got a divorce by her own admission, because she had roast beef in her pants. Dude, right? And she's like, yeah. And 𝗙𝗪𝗚 says she put roast beef in her pants. That's what you're trying to say there? You're literally saying she put Arby's in her pants? And Loomer said, I'm saying she literally, it's so ridiculous. I'm saying she literally put Arby's in her pants. Yes. Objection. Relevancy. Dude, what? Like, what timeline are we on? Dude, this is actually happening. There are lawyers getting paid like $300 an hour to fucking depose Laura Loomer about Arby's in her pants. I know, but like, dude, she had roast beef in her pants. Oh my God, dude. This is fucking crazy. Dude. Oh, shit. Says more bad news for Laura Loomer in her HBO lawsuit after angering the judge by making the Arby's deposition public. HBO's lawyers are now pointing out that her tweets about the deposition following my article may also violate court rules and want to complain to the judge, dude. She's like, dude, she is digging this shit like a crazy hole for herself. Dude, it's hard to believe that this stuff is real, okay? You ready? Let's look at some more of these. Oh my God, you were offered a job by the Trump campaign, and then that offer was withdrawn. It wasn't even formally withdrawn. It was kind of bizarre. It was kind of just this like silent treatment in a sense, where I wasn't really officially contacted to say like, oh, your employment is being withdrawn. It was just kind of like not discussed, right? So it was just, it was strange, and I didn't want to press it, obviously, because I didn't want to upset the president. So she, like, was offered a job in the campaign, and then he just ghosted her, right? Now, there have been all kinds of rumors about her, you know, like, slobbing the knob, you know what I'm saying? Of her doing the microphone with Donnie. And I wonder if he pulled a Stormy Daniels, where if he offered her a campaign job until he got some microphone, and then once he got microphone, he just like moved on. Because I mean, let's face it, Melania is not going to touch him ever again. I don't think any woman on fucking planet Earth would get close to that guy again. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, dude, that's so gnarly. Right? And then Mr. Loomer? That's weird. I don't know what that is. Mr. Loomer, my question was, have you ever heard of the SPJ Code of Ethics? You suddenly launched into a tirade, which you can continually do. No, I said yes. And I'm just reminding you, I said yes, but I'm also no. I said yes. One at a time, please. I guess people, I don't know who they're talking to, right? I don't know who Mr. Loomer is. Were they talking to like her father or some shit, right? I said yes, but I'm also not going to be gaslit by a Democrat lawyer who represents fake news media and has given political donations to Democrats. I've checked the FEC records because I'm an investigative journalist, and I know that you donated to the DCC, you donate to Act Blue, and you represent Trump haters who have had to settle with President Trump because they are purveyors of fake news. So I'm not going to be gaslit by you. I'll answer your questions, but I'm not going to be gaslit. Dude, she's using her deposition to stand up to the Democrat donors. Oh my God. Right? And then they were going to start diversifying the press room, and that they invited anybody who wanted to apply as a journalist, whether you're an independent media, independent journalist, a blogger, a TikToker, a YouTuber, right? They made it very broad. They said that you could apply to get a White House press badge. And I applied, and my correspondent, Charles Downs, also applied, and we did not hear back. We did not hear back. So, dude, you know how you've seen Benny Johnson and even Natalie Winters, you know, that total kook from fucking whatever, I can't remember the fucking News Nation or whatever, Newsmax or whatever she's on. You know Natalie Winters, that crazy woman who takes all those selfies in her like fucking booty dresses. She got a press pass, right? Oh, and that's what it is. Yes, thank you. And dude, Laura Loomer got denied a press pass, which is so crazy, guys, because she is like the most devout Trump acolyte out there. She's rabid. She never like folds on him. I mean, yeah, she is a liability. I mean, she's crazy and she freaks out and she goes way overboard with her insane shit, right? I mean, but that roast beef fucking part of the deposition is like money. But dude, she is fucking whacked out, right? But I can't believe she didn't get a press pass, right? And it says, do you have a career goal? Yeah, what is it? I really wanted to work for President Trump, and I wanted to work in the White House. And I wanted to work in the White House doing communications or, you know, being like a vetting director. I wanted to work in the office of PPO. It's always been a goal and a dream of mine to work in a presidential administration and to work in the White House. Now, I must admit, there would be no chance of Laura Loomer ever working in a White House if it wasn't Trump. And it doesn't look like she's getting in Trump's either. But the fact of the matter is that she legitimately like could, right? The fact that she could get in there, like if she got in there, I would not be surprised, is kind of astonishing. She says, I have a lot of goals, and I've always had a lot of goals. I've unfortunately been subjected to a lot of censorship and targeting by social media companies over the last several years of my life because of my political views. Hey, a newsflash, Laura Loomer. It's not about your political views. It's because you are batshit, right? Chaining yourself to fucking to the doors of Twitter. Dude, during the campaign, I kept telling her to chain herself to Trump's motorcade, right? She handcuffed herself to Twitter's front door when she got banned. And that has just stunted a lot of my aspirations, just like I believe this defamation has stunted my goals and my aspirations. Because, you know, when you accuse somebody of something like sleeping with the president, it kind of makes you radioactive, even if people know that it's fake. Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy to think that the like her sleeping with the president is like bad for her. Because, like, she'll say the nastiest shit. I can't imagine how, like, you know, giving Trump some microphone would fucking have anything to do with her, right? You know what I mean? Would have anything to do with her getting, right? With anything to do with her, getting in trouble or having some type of career problem. Dude, a new sandwich. So check this out, okay? This is the part about Lindsey Graham, okay? You ready? So check this out. This is a like more rich and filled spot. And then after this, I'm going to dance. All right, and then I'm going to go make some videos. All right, we're going to have to bump Anna's fucking doom scroll till tomorrow, all right, which is fine because it's not newsworthy. But check this out. So, Mr. Clayman, if you'd like to deal more with Arby's, you know, no, I have a couple more questions I'd like to ask in this line. Where's the meat? So, Lindsey Graham also, right? Oh my God, dude. He said, where's the meat? So, Lindsey Graham also, it's in her pants. Lindsey Graham also called you toxic around the time that you were at the debate. And yeah, right. Yeah, that's true. Okay, and you responded to him on Twitter, right? Yeah, I called him gay. Okay. Can you might mark this exhibit? It's well known. Can we mark this exhibit? What are we whatever we're at? 31. 31, please. Exhibit 31 was marked for identification. Then there's apparently there's a 30-second break. And then she says, several President Trump staff have told me in confidence that Lindsey Graham is gay. Right? Hold on, Miss Loomer, there's no question. And she says, I know, I'm just explaining. Objection, relevancy, there's an objection, relevancy. Exhibit 31, please. All right, we're finished with that exhibit. We're taking a break. You're not. I didn't ask. 5 minutes, come on. So the lawyer is jumping in, trying to end this right here after she dumped that. He's worried about Laura Loomer, just continuing on with this talk. So he's like, wait a second, no, 5-minute break. We're going to ask about Exhibit 31. Do not get up. We're asking about Exhibit 31. Are you done with that? Can we take a break after that? I'm done with exhibit. No, I have 3 exhibits. Then we'll take a break. I'm going to ask you about Exhibit 31. 31 is a tweet from you, and it says it's 2024. There's no reason why Lindsey Graham, South Carolina, needs to hide the fact that he's a gay man. Come on, Lindsey. I like men too. No need to hide. I want you to relieve yourself of your toxic, closeted anger. It's 2024. Nobody needs to hide that they're gay anymore. Do you see that? She says, yeah, I see it. Objection, relevancy. And what is your basis for saying that he's gay? And the answer, she says, it's well known. I mean, I ran for Congress. Like I said, I'm very involved in Republican politics and know a lot of GOP fundraisers. And I know people have told me that they've attended dinners where he's brought male significant individuals with him, like significant others. So, and that tweet, you did it September 13th, 2024 at 4:19 a.m., right? That's who it is. It's HBO's lawyer. Yeah. And she says, yeah, is that right? Boy, you were up late. And she said, yeah, you got to wake up early. Okay. And can I have 129? I will say that he never denied being gay after I said that. Oh shit, dude, that is crazy, right? Oh my God, dude, that is so wild. Dude, that is so wild. We saw the fucking roast beef. I mean, this is wild. I may have to get the whole deposition and we may have to pour through this thing because I have a feeling there's a lot more comedy gold in there. Okay? Right? There's just so much in here. You know what I mean? Dude, it is outrageous. Right? Okay, so I want to finish the roast beef one. Oh, did you, Natalie? Let's go. So this is the second part of the roast beef one where she says, I'm saying she literally, it's so ridiculous. I'm saying she literally put Arby's in her pants. Yes. Objection. Relevancy. You're not making a slur about her? No. You're literally saying she put an Arby's sandwich in her pants. Is that right? Yes. That's correct. That's correct. Why are you laughing? Because I think it's so funny. What is your basis for saying she put Arby's in her pants? I think it's so funny. I just think it's so funny. What is your basis for saying she put Arby's in her pants? Answer, she carries roast beef in her pockets. What is your basis for saying she puts roast beef in her pockets and in her pants? Objection, relevancy, harassment. Dude, and she says, because I know she likes roast beef. So what is your basis for saying she had Arby's in her pants? Because I know she likes to eat at Arby's and she likes to put it in her pants. You know that? Yeah. She puts Arby's in her pants. Yeah, she does. Okay, if I asked Marjorie Taylor Greene, she would tell me that she puts Arby's in her pants. Dude, oh my God. It's my best belief that she would tell you that. Yes. Are you making a derogatory comment about her sex life by talking about Arby's in her pants? Dude, no, I'm talking about Arby's. The sandwiches. I'm talking about Arby's. I'm a very direct person. If I was making a derogatory comment, I would have said it. I just think it's so funny because I feel like you would understand it if you actually hadn't blurred the photo. But it's blurred. We didn't blur a photo. There may have been some kind of copy editor, but we'll get you a better copy of it. Is that right? Oh my God. Yeah, I made a video about Laura Loomer and MTG. Are they beefing again? Oh shit. Like, post that video? Oh my God, dude, this shit is comedy gold. Yeah, I'm going to research this tomorrow and we're going to fucking look at some of this, right? Oh my God, dude. Dude, this is crazy. Dude, see, can I just tell you guys? You ready? And here's why I was mad at James Carville. And here's why I was mad at fucking, who was the other person who fucking folded with the threats? Oh, the Daily Beast. Okay? Because imagine a deposition like this with Melania Trump, Donald Trump, and some of their associates being deposed about Jeffrey Epstein. And about and about the victim statements and about Katie Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Like Melania Trump is not suing anybody. She is not going to want to sit down with a lawyer for 10 hours and get deposed about her connections to fucking Jeffrey Epstein and the modeling agencies and and the, coming over here with a bad visa. All this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? All this shit is like, it is priceless. Oh my God. And so her lawyer, dude, is like, he is battling for her to shut up, right? Oh my God, that's hilarious. So yeah, so let's look at these people, okay? Let's look. I want to just get a face with the name real quick. All right, we're gonna look at Bolger, the HBO lawyer. This is the lawyer for HBO. Catherine Bolger. Okay, so there's the lawyer for HBO. This is the lawyer that's deposing Laura Loomer. That's Catherine Bolger. And then hers is fucking Klayman. There he is. Larry Klayman. Dude. Oh, fuck, bro. Dude, doesn't he look like... Dude, he looks like he fucking represents a lot of crazy people. Dude. Oh, my God. There are the parties. We got HBO's lawyer. We got Laura Loomer's lawyer. And certainly some fucking comedy. Dude, let's see if she had any meltdown real quick. And again, this is about her fucking lawsuit, right? It is the this lawsuit, okay? So what it is essentially is she's suing Bill Maher for defamation for him saying she slept with Donald Trump. Okay, that's the gist of this. Okay, is that Bill Maher on Real Time made a quip about Laura Loomer sleeping with the president, And so Laura Loomer's like, I'm suing you for defamation. She's like seeing an opportunity to make this a cash cow. Now, what's hard about this, guys, and this is one of the things about defamation, okay, is you have to prove damages, okay? You have to like prove it, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you have a job, and something comes out, somebody defames you, and then you get fired for that, what they defamed you. Now you've taken a loss. But it's really, really hard to prove the damages. And yeah, dude, she's a public figure. But what's crazy about this, guys, is how many lies and speculations and misinformation that she spreads, okay? Which is really complicated because she is like a vicious, attacky, like even with that Arby's shit, okay? They were pointing out because we know her comment about Arby's was making a reference to fucking, Marjorie Taylor Greene's vagina being like Arby's meat, right? But she didn't admit it in court. But like they're sort of pointing out that she says this crazy, outlandish, defamatory shit to people all the time, right? That this is just par for the course in her world. That people, she didn't lose any stature from sleeping with Trump because she has no stature to lose. She already has a reputation as this insane, outrageous, nasty ass fucking, crazy bitch anyway, right? But like, dude, she is fucking, dude, yeah, she is wild, bro. She is wild. I want to see if she said anything about it. She's mostly attacking Arabs, right? Palestinians. Dude, she hates Palestinians. She's so racist, right? She is so racist and Islamophobic. It's like hard for me sometimes to read the shit she says because she is so racist and so Islamophobic that like it's like vicious and like nasty. You know what I'm saying? Right? Like the stuff she says is just really fucking there. She has no filter for like humanity or fucking caring whatsoever, She's not really saying a lot about this, though. She's all on this fucking Gaza tip today, but dude, have you ever taken a nap with the cow? Dude, that's crazy, dude. What is she doing, bro? She's sleeping with cows? Dude, what am I watching, bro? Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. She says snatch is up for interpretation. Yeah, she's an idiot. Right? Dude, she is. So the deposition was on the 12th, right? She is so crazy. Dude, she's like mental. Right? She really, I think she has some like deep rooted bipolar, like mental illness. She does. She has some deep fucking like mental illness. You know what I'm saying? Right? She does. She definitely psychiatric evaluation is called for. All right. But it is also, whoever said it's crazy that she has Trump's ear. That's wild. It is. Yeah, so Ghislaine Maxwell cleared to leave prison on work release. Dude, this is insane. We're going to have to cover that tomorrow, dude. How did Ghislaine Maxwell get out, dude? What is she doing? Why is she cleared on work release? What is she, you know what I mean? Is she like burning evidence or what, dude? How is she getting out of jail, man? That's fucking nuts, dude. Like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, she's definitely narcissistic. All right. Dude, I'm going to have to look into this later. I gotta get some videos made. Dude. But you saw this coming with Loomer? Dude, she's nuts. Oh, here it is. So she said, my deposition actually went great. It went so well that leftist law firm Davis Wright Tremaine wanted to seal my deposition. I told Bill Maher and his lawyers my deposition could be public. It was his legal team that wanted it to be sealed. Why would they want my deposition sealed? I answered every question. That is very uncommon for them to ask the court to seal it. They also sealed Bill's. And doesn't it speak volumes? I was willing to have mine go public, but he wants his sealed. I mean, dude, these Republicans have such a weird thing of like, aha, right? Oh, they haven't released the Epstein files by now. That means Trump's name's definitely not on it. It's like, no, it doesn't, right? You know what I mean? Like, dude, they're like, their cause and effect is at like a 4th grade level, right? It really is. All right, but I'm gonna have to dig into this later though, dude. Dude, we gotta hit edit mode, and we gotta, it's already, I'm going way over. Dance party, baby. Yo, 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 yo. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We dance to our favorite Swedish artist, Stefan Karlin. A little bit of deja vu. Oh, I got to hit that way. I forgot that one. There we go. There we go. Let's go, let's go. All right, we're getting into it, baby. I'm just rolling. Let's do it.
They have a lot to say, but I've known
good song. My love, is it ever good enough? Dude, what a stream, dude! Crazy! I will see you guys tomorrow. And we're gonna end it with Radiant! Thank you guys! Thank you to all the donos! Appreciate you guys! Appreciate you being here. I will see you tomorrow!
I just wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better,